What is something you spend a ton of money on that the vast majority of people never would? I raise butterflies. When the caterpillars eat their way through the plants in my yard, I go buy them more. I've spent probably $400 on them last year. I bought a ton of fennel to finish up my swallowtails, another ton of milkweed for my monarchs, and tomato plants for my hawk moths. I met an old guy at jury duty with a $700 pen. He said he collects them and already has his pens assigned to specific kids in his will. His $700 pen wasn't even his most expensive pen. He was very proud and let me hold his $700 pen. He was all about pens. I stood there and talked to this guy for 20 minutes after we were dismissed. I don't like pens as a hobby, but I like listening to people talk about crap they are passionate about. A mixed reef aquarium for my living room. The amount of money you can potentially spend in the hobby is ludicrous, but there is something captivating about watching all the interactions in a marine ecosystem as it grows. Many of the best looking corals and fish can also be grown sustainably by aquaculture suppliers now, which I think is important if you want to be a responsible pet owner. The other big draw for me is all the gear and tech which is available to tinker with. From Proshant skimmers to pumps, power heads, refugiums, reactors, and dosing equipment. You could spend thousands if you wanted. And that's nothing compared to the cost of some specialty fish or corals with really radiant colors. Live out in the country and somehow adopted 4 wild hens that came over from my neighbor's flock. I tried to domesticate them, but they just decided to free range all over my yard. I was emotionally invested at this point. I have 6 ducks and damn it wanted some chickens to pet, so I bought 3. They became wild free rangers with the rest, and suddenly about 8 more showed up. I'm on month 6 now of feeding all these birds, and I get to pet 0 of them. As a cellist, I feel this instrument maintenance deep in my soul. My cello itself was $15k. My bow was only $1,500. But those are just the initial investments. The maintenance I should be doing: yearly change string, $300 to $400. Repair my bow at least twice a year, $50 to $100 per time. Sound post adjustments seasonally, $50 to $75. I haven't had one instrument long enough to need serious maintenance like getting my fingerboard replaned, but I'm not looking forward to the price. It sucks thought cause I moved to a larger city about a year ago and all the luthiers and string shops charge way more than I used to pay in my old city. I used to be able to get my bow rehired for $45, and when I asked the shop, where I bought my cello, in the new city, how much they charge, they said they start at $110. So I have been waiting for trips back home to repair my bow instead of doing it down here cause the lady I would go to for all my repairs and stuff was amazing and didn't charge an arm and leg. But I digress. I spent about $5,000 turning my garage into a free weight gym. The ups guy loved me for about 4 months straight. Edit, for those that have been asking. Horse mat to cover the floor, since it's cheaper and more durable than gym matting. A couple of dumbbell racks with dumbbell sets 5 pounds to 85 pounds, a good deadlift bar, a good cambered squat bar, a good bench bar, flat bench, heavy duty adjustable bench, 2 weight trees, one for either side of a heavy duty power rack, 45 pounds, plates 8, 25 pounds. Plates 8, 10 pounds, plates 8, 5 pound plates, a set of chips, a heavy duty bob, good bar clips, a range of assorted rubber bands, a good lat pull down machine, a decent heater, an okay Wi-Fi speaker, old mixing bowl to hold chalk. I've been lifting for 18 years, just got tired of gum fees. Edit 2, misspelled gym, leaving it, also leaving the wrong than. Edit 3, horse mat and the ups guy have a lovely relationship in the far far away land of improper than, soon to be expecting their first child. Gum. Lego. I have 5 or 6 of the Creator Expert modular buildings which I've turned into a city street along with the Ghostbusters HQ. I also have the UX 7500 piece Millennium Falcon, several of the Creator Expert cars, the Mustang being the best, and a few other various sets too. I cannot wait for Friday and the release of the 1989 Batmobile. Can you help me? My boyfriend loves Lego and Star Wars and I want to get him the new Millennium Falcon set that's like roughly $160. It's the set that is linked to the new movie coming out, which he's also excited to see. My question is this the good version of the Lego set, or is there a classic Falcon I should go out and find somewhere? I know nothing about either subject, and I'm poor lol. I saw a different set for like $800, so I'm worried about the money to get a set that is lame. You don't have to answer. I just saw your answer and thought I'd ask. Are they even called sets lol? My daughter's cheerleading team. It is so freaking expensive. But she really loves it, and it's done tons for her self-confidence and time management skills. Plus, I never hid from her the struggles to find the money. I donate my plasma to help pay for the travel expenses, so she really appreciates being able to be on the team. This is her last year, and I'm surprised to find I'm actually a little sad. I coached for 2 years, and we didn't even compete, and holy frick, our clothing alone was like $600 plus. I covered the costs of a girl who couldn't afford it and tried to keep it a secret, but ended up with a mom drunk texting me about letting some little girl get a uniform without paying her fees. That's the year I quit. Cheer is freaking wild. You go for supporting your daughter. I buy CDs. Most people don't even use them anymore because of digital download now, but I love being able to hold them in my hands and use them in my car without having to change the songs on my cell phone. I just prefer it because the designs are often very cool, and I always have something to get signed when I go to shows. I also think that artists build albums thinking of it as something you have to listen to from beginning to end to get the full experience. I'd say that I have approximate 100 of them, but the number is still growing. That *T is expensive. I might sound old school, but I'm an old teenager or young adult who still enjoys non-digital. I hope they don't stop making them in the future, although they should start using less plastic for the cases and more cardboard. Hobbies that I lose motivation for. I have guitars I can't play, a third printer that hasn't been used in weeks, sketchbooks that have most of their pages into shade, guns that have fallen silent. I love antique shotguns, handheld gaming consoles in various states of repair, a project car that I have nearly done and will finish before New Year's I hope, bonsai that are effectively just houseplants in funny dirt. Games I don't play, random computer parts scattered about, collections gathering dust, and a ton of parts and specialty tools that rarely get used. I have my sights set on fiddling with gunpla and some light prop / model making for some reason now. If I were smart and financially responsible, I wouldn't deep dive into things immediately. I have a ton of useful oddball skills and mechanical aptitude to show for it though. High quality jackets and boots. Late response to the comments. To those wondering, I have about 10 jackets, each varying on quality / when to wear them. I have 4 pairs of expensive ass boots, cowboy dress boots, cowboy work boots, casual dress boots, and hiking boots. No, I'm probably not on the YSL wave and IDK what YSL means. Follow up. Favorite jacket of mine is a leather biker jacket that my dad used to wear during the 70s and is a really nice work / casual jacket. Also good for dealing with cold winds. Favorite pair of boots. I like my casual dress boots because they have that combat style to them and are comfy as hell. Prattim. It's a plant grown that when taken acts as a sort of opiate that helps me with pain. You can find liquid shots of it at really any gas station or head shop. Unfortunately it's incredibly addicting as it makes you feel a sort of at ease that really helped boost my confidence during the honeymoon phase. Now it doesn't do anything, but if I don't take it within 12 hours I feel like I'm suffering from an incredibly shitty illness that leaves me without any sleep. It's horrible, and I wouldn't recommend anyone ever get stuck on that crap. Clothes. Not even expensive name brand fancy clothes. Just sheer ungodly amounts of clothes. I haven't done a load of laundry in like 4 fucking months and still have clean clothes to wear. I own 17 pairs of American Eagle jeans, 30 pairs of shoes, 13 of which are all different Converse, 3 are cowboy boots, an unknown amount of random ass graphic t-shirts or more girly tops, and at the very bare minimum $500 in Victoria's Secret. Granted, I haven't had a change in clothing size since I was 13 and I'm currently 20, but still. Why do I need it all? No idea. Do I still current buy more or ask for it for my birthday? Yes I do. Screens. I have 3 4K TVs in my living room, one for each Xbox One. I have another in my formal living room for the PS4. I have 3 projectors, one in my bedroom that projects on the ceiling, one in my office that projects over my computer on the wall, and a portable floater. 3 monitors on my computer. I just bought a 15.6-inch USB powered high definition screen for my car to play the Switch. I basically have a nice sized screen for every scenario. I also have touchscreen everything, light switches, thermostat, etc. It's unnecessary. People who come into my house probably think I'm insane. Personally, I just envisioned screens being everywhere in the future when I was a kid, so I'm making that happen, at least at my house.